Well, the NASCAR Busch Grand Nationals ran the Autolite Platinum 200 here at the Richmond International Raceway on Friday night. And the qualifying was very interesting because the 2-point leaders were up on the front row and our Dan Kenyon was there.
Well, Ned, it's an awful tight battle for the Busch Grand National points title. Only 1 point separates Kenny Wallace from Bobby Labonte. Kenny Wallace starts his race second. Bobby picks up his first pole of the season. What kind of race do we look for tonight?
Wow, I don't know. First pole, man, I'm pretty excited. But hopefully we just need to keep all 4 tires on the ground and just stay where we're at and hopefully for a good night.
Bobby Labonte and the rest of the field took to the temporarily lit Richmond Raceway for the running of the Autolite Platinum 200. The green was out and the race was on. Labonte was on the pole, but Kenny Wallace dove underneath on the second lap and shot in front. Tommy Houston brought out the first yellow with this spin on the backstretch. The second caution flew for this accident involving Elton Sawyer, Troy Beebe, and Richard Lassiter. In the meantime, Dale Earnhardt had pushed his Chevy to the front 10 laps into the event. He and Kenny Wallace then staged a tremendous show, exchanging the number 1 position 6 times. Chuck Bound had his problems all night. He finished the race 51 laps down. On lap 42, there was some debris on the track. Kenny Wallace ran it over and had problems the rest of the evening. On lap 57, Todd Bodine hit the wall hard on the backstretch. He was done for the night. On lap 82, Dale Jarrett moved to the front for a long stint of 48 laps. Michael Waltrip had his hands full as Robert Presley was giving him everything he had. At the halfway point, it was Jarrett, Michael Waltrip, Robert Presley, Earnhardt, and Ernie Irvan. On lap 114, Bobby Labonte got lapped and now was only 1 lap ahead of Kenny Wallace, who'd gone 2 laps down. Darrell Waltrip took over as race leader on lap 139. Lap 157 and Robert Presley was in front. It was short-lived, however. Ward Burton took command on lap 158. A later caution brought all the leaders in for a splash of gas and fresh tires. The first one out, handsome Harry Gant, who had started the race 29th. With 10 laps to go, Ed Barrier brought out the second red flag of the night as he tagged the turn 2 wall. Harry Gant's crew chief didn't like the call at all as they had started to pull away. Nonetheless, Harry Gant took home the checkers despite a hard-charging Robert Presley. It was Gant's second win at Richmond this season.
They keep telling me on the radio all the time I'm running as quick as a leader. I was running 15th, but I run as quick as the leaders, you know. So then I started picking them up. Then we made a long run, and I passed, Earnhardt and a lot of cars and got up on the board there. Then we pitted, and we got back out ahead a lot of them. It really made a difference.